Welcome to my challenge to double the rental income from My Holiday Homes.
Hi, I'm Martin Finn and welcome again to Double My Rental Income. Now, in the last episode I was talking about research, and again I'm going to be carrying on research, but this time I'm going to be looking at our pricing model, because unless I get pricing right I have no chance of doubling my income. So I'm still in research mode, and I'll be in research mode for a while yet. It's important to make sure that the research is spot on so that the next stages beyond that are also right. So our rental model, our pricing model, where are we starting from? Well, here's our rental rates for 2015. And something I know about those rental rates straight away is I cannot achieve my goal of double my rental income unless I change my rental rates. And the reason I know that that's true is that I'm already getting total complete occupancy in my peak month, and yet that month is really important to me in terms of the total amount of revenue I get, and therefore I cannot possibly double my income unless I put my prices up. But does it mean that I just double my prices across the board? I hope not, because I don't think that's sustainable. So what do I need to do? Well, how I decided to start this was to create a pricing model, a mathematical model which would generate the double income that I wanted, something that I could test to see, is it real? Is it really practical? And the way I began that was to simply look at our cumulative rental income by month. And you'll see August is ginormous. It's the biggest part of the rental that we have received because we've been renting out for a number of years, so I can do this calculation. But like you see, 39% of all of our income comes in that 1 month, August. Wow. So by some very simple maths, I can say, if I take my total target, what I'm trying to do, and multiply it by that percentage, I'll get a target for August, for example. So this year, 2015, we're actually going to do rather better than I expected. I thought we'd generate about 15,000 euros. We haven't, it's 18,000 euros. So to double my income, my target becomes 36,000 euros, multiplied by 39%, which is how much we get in August. And that gives me an August revenue target of 14,000. Wow. Now I know that that's more than we generated in the entire year of 2014. So proving whether we can do this is going to be really quite hard. But anyway, let's carry on the mathematical model and see where it takes us. The next thing to look at is utilization. We have 2 houses. So how many weeks rental can we get out of 2 houses in any month? Well, clearly that's a maximum of 8 weeks. And I'd anticipate that we get 8 weeks in August. We'd really want to get 8 weeks in the shoulder months around August, July, June, and maybe September too. That would be fantastic. But what I decided to do in this model was just to pick the best we've ever done in terms of utilization in any year that we've been trading. So the best May, the best June, etc. And I've charted them out here. So we have the number of weeks that we sold per month, the best we've ever done in any month. That best ever needs to become the minimum. That has to be the absolute base level that I am targeting. When I put those 2 charts together, you'll see that they're pretty similar. August, they both peak. And you would expect that. August, I'm absolutely maxed out, and it's my premium rental rate. The reason it's my premium rental rate is because I know I'm going to be maxed out. But my eye is also taken to these areas. What this tells me is that there's a divergence between best ever utilization and rental revenue in these periods. And that's because actually utilization has bounced up and down in these months. These shoulder months are going to be a tough area to make sure that we always hit that minimum level. And they're a key battleground that I need to win. I need to get rental revenue throughout the year. So if I carry on the model though and just do the calculation, monthly target divided by the minimum utilization for that month, I get, for example, this in August. So 14,040 is my target for August, divided by the 8 weeks, gives me a rental rate of $1,755. Wow. Now, currently we're at €1,100, and I think we need to increase our prices. But is $1,755 sustainable? And that looks a bit high. Anyway, this is a simple model, and I need to test. So let's carry on the model. And here's what that simple model generates. This chart here tells you the rates purely by mathematics. You'll see that there's that spike in August, but you'll also see that because we never had a rental in February, this simple model is saying that we should charge nothing in February, and that's obviously ludicrous. So if I put in our current rental rates, you'll see your eye is drawn to two areas. Here, at the top end of our peak season, where we've got this spike and it's suggesting pretty substantial, in fact, very substantial rate hikes. And also down here, where, in fact, this simple calculation is showing that we should be charging next to nothing, and that doesn't make sense. So I decided to modify this from the suggested weekly rate. I put in some modifications. I said that we should set a minimum rental rate of $750 a week. Now that's above our current minimum rental rate, but that's what I need to sustain. And because getting $750 a week is above what the model was suggesting, it actually means that I can bring down that top rate that we need to be charging in peak season, maybe to more manageable areas, and that's what I need to test. So this becomes a new model. And yet I saw that there was a modification I'd need to make to this as well. You see, December, the week of Christmas, is also a peak week for us. And this becomes the new modified rate that's created purely from mathematics. And if I put this against what we're currently charging, it looks much more reasonable. Okay, we've still got some substantial hikes to make in our rate that we charge in peak season. But I think I knew that that was going to be the case anyway. So the pricing model that I'm going to be testing further has our minimum utilization at the best we've ever achieved for any month. So I need to test. Can we do that? Our minimum rental rate at $750 in every month. And I need to test whether that's right. And most crucially, can we increase our peak season rate by 10 to 40%, which is what this is saying. So I have a deal of further research to do, but I'm going to be now testing this model. This is what I test forward to tune, to try and get to our perfect pricing. Something I should say before ending this is that one thing I know about this yellow line is that if I achieve that minimum utilization and I achieve these rates on that yellow line, I will double my income. Simple. Thank you.
I hope you've enjoyed that episode of Double My Rental Income, and I really hope you'll join me again. Don't forget, you can find out much more about my challenge and how it's progressing by visiting the website www.doublemyrentalincome.com. And you can sign up on the website too to get the very latest news and some extra special content which I can't make available elsewhere. So please join me again. And remember, if this has been valuable to you, I'm giving it to you for free, but I do make a request. Share it with others, let them know too. I want as many people as possible to start using some of the things that I have spent so long finding out about. Thank you.